The surge in AI tools has meant app development can be faster, simpler, and more accessible than ever. Thing is, a surge is never just positive because you can't control it. There are now tons of AI tools out there, and many do the same thing, but worse. The choices are overwhelming, and it's frustrating when time spent searching for tools to help with work ends up eating into time actually working. I'd like to save you the trouble and share AI tools I found and used that really do help speed up app development at every stage. Some of them can be used by anyone. Some are built for developers like me to automate the bits of coding that are more manual labor than brain power. Just to manage expectations, I think AI development tools help developers the same way AI writing tools help writers. It makes excellent first draft. But you don't ship first draft. It's only when you do your edits that the magic happens. That's when it goes from a high school essay nobody cares about to a piece of content that you would be proud to show the people. It's the same with app development. AI tools help rapidly finish a boilerplate app, allowing founders and developers to iterate faster and devote our energy to actually meaningful work. My team and I have personally saved our clients a ton of money since getting AI to handle the donkey work. But once that's done, it still needs a human touch to get our clients' products over the finish line and market ready. Now that's out of the way, let's get to the list. Starting with tool number 1, Locofy. This is the AI tool for me. My team and I already use Figma and React or React Native for our design and front-end needs. So we jumped at the opportunity to use Locofy, which integrates both of them. Locofy converts Figma and Adobe XD designs into production-ready front-end code. The linking is still done manually, but the AI helps speed up the process by auto-suggesting tags for various design elements on a screen. It promises to turn mockups into front-end prototypes 5 to 10 times faster. I heard 5 to 10 times faster and I was hooked. Maybe me and my team are still getting used to Locofy, but I can't say we're at 10x levels of efficiency yet. I can say that it slashed our early development time by half, which means we can now deliver work twice as fast. Locofy lets us add tags and layers to our various design elements, including text boxes, videos, audio tracks, and of course, millions of buttons. As long as we tag them properly, Locofy writes the code that turns them from design components into fully interactive UI. That alone is amazing, but Locofy goes further. We can set the containers to be mobile responsive by changing design parameters. It scans our designs and suggests items that we might want to tag, and honestly, it's pretty accurate, like having an intern helping out. The best kind of intern, unpaid. At any time, we can stop and preview our pages and test the functions to make sure everything is working as it should. From there, we go into the Locofy builder where we can view the code, turn reusable elements into components for clean codes, and of course, export it to edit and add functionality and logic to our app. It's a win-win. Instead of just mockups, clients get to see full-fledged prototypes which are more immersive and closer to an MVP. On our end, no more manually rewriting code from scratch to optimize for different platforms. Tool number 2, GitHub Copilot. Once Locofy helps developer write the boilerplate code, GitHub Copilot helps us with the rest. It's like Grammarly for coding. As we code, Copilot makes an educated guess about what we are about to write and suggests it to us. A line that might have taken me a few minutes is now done in a few seconds because Copilot is really good at guessing. Let's say you want to structure API calls, or modify a database entry, or just program a simple expression. Just type in a few characters and Copilot will auto-suggest something. I guess it's worth mentioning that they call it Copilot and not autopilot for a reason. The suggestions definitely save time, but it still needs reviewing and editing. Still, between the two AI tools, Upstackers are spending much less time manually coding nowadays. Of course, app development is about more than just coding. It's about the user experience. The code is meant to serve that, which brings us to tool number 3, Visual Eyes. Visual Eyes is an AI-powered heat map tool. It lets us upload designs and analyzes which parts are more likely to draw attention of users. You want key sections of your app to be immediately visible and attract attention. and vice versa. You want some parts to be super low-key. You need to balance it all out so users can easily find their way around and make use of features. If you ever used an app where finding a button you want is like spotting a camouflage snow leopard, you'll know how frustrating it is when the interface is not intuitive. By the way, it's here. But it happens. That's why after launching, we always gather user feedback and iterate. With Visual Eyes, it still happens, but a lot less. The founders say their AI model is trained on data sets from large-scale studies, and if that's true, it's like getting hundreds of people to review your apps before it gets launched. By the time it is launched, it's like iteration 4 or 5. So your real users immediately get their hands on a much better product. Next, we'll look at AI tools that can specifically help non-technical founders with the non-coding parts of app development. Hey guys, if you found this video useful so far, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe and like this video. Helps me grow this channel, reach a bigger audience, and help more people. Thank you so much, and on to the next AI tool. Tool number 4. UiZerd. When I tried out UiZerd, I immediately thought this would be a great tool for non-tech founders. It's basically an alternative to Figma, but in terms of wireframing and creating mockups. I think that UiZerd is tentatively better, probably the best I've used. It's super intuitive, has a bunch of useful functions like converting screenshots into editable designs, and I can totally see non-tech founders getting a hang of it very quickly. A developer would probably still prefer Figma, and I definitely do, because in addition to the wireframing, we also want the whole ecosystem it offers. UiZerd is newer and isn't as well supported yet. If UiZerd becomes more widely adopted in the future, my team and I will definitely revisit it. Meanwhile, if you're not involved in any coding yourself and just want to brainstorm and create wireframes to have it all mapped out clearly and understand how your app is going to look and function, I wholeheartedly recommend this over Figma. I would even recommend this over drawing by hand because the learning curve is so small, anyone can go in and start drawing within 5 minutes. Tool number 5. Apify Text. This is another one for non-tech founders. It's very situational, and calling it a solution is kind of a stretch, but it's something. Imagine if the moment you get an idea for an app, you just make one in seconds. That's what Apify Text does. Obviously, creating an actual app in literal seconds means major limitations. First, the app's not going to look good. Second, Apify Text is limited to specific types of applications. Internal tools, CRUDs, business applications, personal database applications. In other words, it can't build you an Uber or Facebook. But if you have an idea for a workflow tool for a department in your company, or you want to build a simple customer resources management app linked to your social media pages, just enter a text prompt into the app description or choose one from their list of available prompts. Hit Create App, wait for a while, and it gives you a working app. You probably need to do some editing, but as long as you've described the key requirements accurately, Apify Text delivers. The catch is, you need to sign up for a Databig account to publish your app, because that's where it's being hosted and where it will be deployed. But you get a 30 days free trial, more than enough time for you to test and validate your app idea. So if you want to show your colleagues, your employer, or any target users, you actually have something usable instead of just saying, I have an idea, because nobody wants to hear that. Tool number 6, AppIcons.ai. I almost did want to put this on the list because it's such a no-brainer, but it serves an important function. An app needs an icon. Enter AppIcons.ai. Just type in what your app is all about or what you like to see in an icon, and it makes you an app icon. It's $5, and we can have up to 180 icon designs. Sometimes we just need a basic icon that tells users what the app does. It's not as good as hiring a designer, but at this price, you can't complain. Done in 5 seconds. It's one of those things you don't want to obsess over. So, covered developer AI tools, covered non-tech founder AI tools. I just want to mention 2 more tools that aren't available yet, but man, have they got me excited. Tool number 7 and number 8, Galileo and Mars X. Both of them have celestial names, starting with Galileo. According to Galileo's homepage, it turns natural language prompts into high-fidelity designs that can be edited in Figma. It's like rubbing Aladdin's lamp and the genie comes out, but instead, it's Galileo. This is some next-level shit. Galileo plus Locofy plus Copilot, app development is going to happen faster than ever. The second one is called Mars X. It's a low-code app builder, but it does offer no-code as well. And the way it's being marketed, it's going to be one of the most complete app builder out there. Just have to wait for 5,000 people to have a go, and then it's my turn. How much development time do I slash? From the tools on the list that we use, I would say it cuts down early development by just over half. Especially with Locofy, having thousands of lines of production-ready code being auto-generated is a godsend. I cannot imagine ever going back to working without these tools. It feels too much like actually working. In the past, it was like, let's just finish the boring parts. That's how we get to the meaningful part. Not anymore. Now it's like,
AI, do the boring part, and once you're done, oh wait, you're already done?
alright, time to party. And by party, I mean code. I'm a nerd and I'm proud of it. With these AI tools, we get to MVP and beyond so much faster without sacrificing quality. And it's probably the same with other developers. Probably. I think this is a good segue to my series on how to hire developers as a non-technical founder. There is a well-established saying on weight loss. You can't out-train a bad diet. The idea is that if you don't watch what you eat, it doesn't matter how much you exercise, you won't lose weight. Same thing in app development. You can't out-AI a bad developer. Not yet anyway. If you're looking to build, launch, and iterate apps faster, AI helps. But like any tools, it works best in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing. These videos will help you identify developers who are the right fit for your project. Meanwhile, I'm looking forward to bringing you more content on how AI is changing app development. So subscribe to stay in the loop. I'll appreciate it very much, and let's get to how you can find good developers.